God, as if it's already been nearly a month since the release of Rebirth, I'm sure a lot of you have seen plenty of reviews by now on this huge expansive follow-up to Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I've been taking my time with this one, absorbing everything it has to offer, and I feel like I'm now ready to talk about it. And apologies, I've kind of run out of time this week to do a lot of the editing, so it's going to be a bit more basic, just gameplay footage while I talk. But yeah, this is just such a huge game. It's taken me like 35-40 hours of playing it just to get my head around it, and I haven't even finished it entirely. It might have been brash for me to claim this is up there as one of my favourite games of all time when I first picked it up last month, but having sat on this for as long as I have now, I think I'm still confident in saying it's up there as one of the all-time greats for me. VII Remake was an incredible game. It's actually my first video on this channel. It's what got me into wanting to make reviews in the first place. Hopefully people think my quality's improved since then. But yeah, anyways, this, Rebirth, it makes Remake look like a concept piece, a tech demo of sorts. This game offers so much, and that in itself I guess wouldn't make it automatically great, but for me it's also in just how it presents itself to the audience. It does such a good job of balancing on this line of appealing to new and old fans alike, but not just fans of Final Fantasy VII, but fans of RPGs in general. And that's probably from a storytelling perspective more than anything, where old fans get to experience their old beloved with these incredible graphic revamps, with a twist that makes it still feel like a whole new experience. That might sound vague, but it's because I don't want to spoil anything. New fans are gently introduced to the world building and characters so that they feel as synced to the lore as a lot of the old timers do. But the other big thing that helps blend that hardcore and casual audience is the world design. Rebirth gives us this awesome open world where a lot of time can be sunk into completing side quests, hunts, and exploration missions to further learn more about the certain area they're in and further develop these lovable, interesting characters. But to a new or a casual fan, open world exploration can be daunting, and it often leads to a lot of cases where players have missed out fun, interesting bits of the game from, well, them just essentially being hidden on these huge maps. And Rebirth does a lot to negate that. They've presented this world in a way where we're evenly given opportunity to focus on both story and exploration. Exploration is optional to a degree as well, so players that want to be even more story focused can do so. But the game encourages you to go to every corner of this world and gives you great encouragement in doing so. Rebirth has a system in place which isn't uncommon to other open world games where you're given exploration points to seek out in these uncharted territories. But these areas you'll just naturally come across anyway if you so choose to do any of the side quests in that given area. The number of side quests being limited to a smaller number means that these stories become more quality over quantity and feel more integral to that main story. Plus they're usually given great rewards like rare equipment and materia. But the payoff for me was usually that it just gave us a better chance to learn more on these characters and seeing them interact. The English voice acting cast for the main party was absolutely nailed, and each character is written to have what feels like genuine human emotions. They riff off each other when walking around, they have sass, they get annoyed at each other, and they also just grow closer to each other over time. It just makes each one of them so much more interesting and fuels that urge to learn more, and then in tandem complete more side missions to see more on them, which then leads to more world exploration, which then leads to players naturally finding everything the game has to offer. There's a clear indication of how much of the area you've already travelled, and no matter the side bit you've just completed, it adds to a party level, which in turn gives you more options to use in combat too. Fuck, we haven't even talked about combat. I mean, this is a great chance to segue onto that. It's one of the most fun combat systems I've had in a JRPG. It was already a big win in Remake, and they've just given you so much more to do here on top of it. You're now able to form synergy attacks between different party members, and then these flashy cool synergy abilities as well, which give you different bonuses in battle. Aerial combat has also been improved as well. Everyone has something in their arsenal now to be more effective within the air, including synergy attacks with teammates that launch you up, where you can then just follow up with a lot of your normal abilities. Each character still has their identity in combat, and some will always be better in different situations than others, but it now no longer feels like you're caught with your pants down if you haven't included a certain someone in the party. There's also just a shit ton of minigames in here too. It's just, they really do keep you on your toes. Very similar to the Yakuza series, where it just feeds into that silliness of the character interactions again. It's great. The OG Final Fantasy VII was silly at times, and it's good to see that they didn't shy away from that here. Anyways, just a rough thought dump on my take on Rebirth. But I really do believe that the friendliness of that open world, which doesn't put off newcomers because of how it weans them in, that overarching gameplay, it really makes you feel like you've got every penny out of this game. Honestly, talking about it now, I just want to go back downstairs and play more of it. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Have you played it yet? If so, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Be nice, don't spoil anything for others, and if you liked this video, feel free to like and subscribe and all that. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews on movies, anime and video games. Until next time guys, take care. Bye bye.